Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and it's match day 13 in a Liga. And with every passing weekend, every week a match day, it becomes it keeps on getting very interesting in Liga. PSG still have that 6 point gap at the top of the table, but after that they're like just a 7 points difference between the next 7 game from second to 7. It is very close, and I still don't think that the title race is over. As I said, just a 6 point gap that PSG have accumulated, but it could go just like that. Same at the bottom of the table. You have like literally from 11th to 18, almost 7 to 8 teams, and this is just again a 7 points a gap between them. So it is quite a very close things that are happening in Liga, and I think that we are going to have another exciting weekend this weekend as well. So let's go ahead and start our prediction. The first game, it is Rams versus Lons. It is 8th versus 9th. Now both of these teams are not in a really good moment at the moment, in good situation at the moment. They don't really have any momentum coming into this game. Just 1 wins in their last 5 games for Rams. Just 1 wins in their last 5 games for Lons as well. So it is none of them won last weekend as well. Rams due to draw against Lyon. Lons lost from Marseille in quite a convincing fashion as well. And I think, as I said, the confidence, the momentum is not there for both of these teams, and unfortunately I think it is gonna continue. I don't see any of them winning this game. I think it will be a draw, and I think it will be a very low scoring draw. I am going for a 1-1 draw between Rams and Lons. The next game is Rennes versus Saint Etienne. It is 15th versus 13th, and Rennes, they have lost their last 3 games in a row. They have not once won. So it is not really in a. The next game is Rennes versus Saint Etienne. It is 15th versus 13th. Rennes, they are they have lost their last 3 games in a row. They are not in a really good form coming into this game. They are playing against the Saint Etienne side, who have won twice in their last 5 games. But the fact of the matter is, 2 of those wins have come in their last 3 games. They won last weekend as well, so they have a bit of a momentum coming into this game. And even though they are an away side, I think it will be a very tight game. Rennes, they know they have to get something out of this game. Otherwise they could end up the weekend in the relegation zone. It is the difference between the both of them is not that much. The point difference at that's what I'm saying. They are very close. It is a very important game for both of them. Both of them are still in that relegation battle. A couple of weeks ago, Saint Etienne were in the relegation zone, so nobody is safe. As I said, at the moment the difference is very close. It's a very tight game, and but the thing is, I don't see any of them winning this game. I think they are going to fight it out, but in the end it is going to end up in a draw, and again it is going to be a very low scoring draw. I'm going for a 1-1 draw between Rennes and Saint Etienne. The next game is Brest versus Strasbourg. It is 12th versus 11th. Both teams are on the same number of points, and both teams are coming in this game with low on confidence and with no momentum with their side. Both of them have lost 3 games in a row. Their last 3 games have been defeats. 1 win in their last 5 games. As I said, no momentum coming into this game, and everything looks fallen apart. I think it will be a very tight game. This could be one of those games where either of them could sprung up a victory, and that could be very huge for them and quite detrimental for their opponents. And I think it will be a very hard fought game, but I just don't. I think that the French league this weekend is going to be a lot of draws, and I think this game is going to be another one of them where we see another draw. But I think in this game we are going to see goals as compared to the other 2 I mentioned before. I think we are going to see goals, but I just don't see we are going to see a winner. I'm going for a 2-2 draw between Brest and Strasbourg. Moving on to the next game, and it is probably one of the easiest predictions to make this weekend. It is PSG versus Nantes. It is 1st versus 16th. PSG, they are in an amazing form. 5 wins in a row. Their last 5 games have been win. It's just wins for PSG. They are still undefeated in the league. The only team remaining, only team undefeated in the league. That is the only team in the league that is still undefeated. Sorry, my words are all over the place. They are playing against a Nantes side who have lost 4 in their last 5 games, continuous 4 defeats, 1 point in their last 5 games, and they are all over the place. There's a reason they have just fallen down to the 16th place. They are in that relegation promotion playoff position. They wouldn't really want to be there, but you cannot stop without the way that they are playing. I'm still quite shocked at what is happening at Nantes this season. I just don't see any other result. Even though PSG lost to Bayern Munich in the Champions League, I just don't see them losing this game. I think they're very easy win, and I think this is the perfect opportunity for them to get make the fans happy after that game against Bayern Munich. It was a very hard game for PSG in the Champions League. It's a very hard fought a game. In the end, they ended up losing, but I think this is game is gonna help the fans, and I think they are gonna be goals. There are gonna be lots of goals. I think unknowns are gonna be thrashed. I'm going for a 5-0 win for Paris Saint-Germain. The next game is Montpellier versus Lille. It is 18th versus 4th. Montpellier, they are right at the bottom of the table. They have just won once in their last 4 games, and that win came before the international break. Last weekend they lost as well. So it is, as I said, they are at the bottom of the table, playing against a Lille side who are at the fourth position in the table. They have had quite a resurrection. They started really good, then they went back. They had a downward trajectory. Then they have made again. They have moved up to the table. They are undefeated in their last 5 games, but the fact of the matter is, 3 of them have been draws. They won last weekend, so they would hope that they can, continue this momentum and not drop any more points, so that they are not out of that title race, and that the fight for those Champions League places is still going on as well. And with the fact that PSG are for sure, I just don't see any other result in that PSG game. So every team around them, around PSG would want to make sure that they win their game so that they can keep, stay close to PSG. And I think Lille are going to end up winning against Montpellier, even though they are the away side. I just think with everything that is on the line and the way that Montpellier have played, I just don't see them troubling Lille that much. I think Lille are going to win it, and they are going to win it quite easily. I'm going for a 2-0 away win for the Lille. The next game is Toulouse versus Auxerre. It is 10th versus 7th. Now Toulouse, they were having a really good season, but the last 2-3 weeks they have sort of they have not been able to get any win. They have sort of lost their momentum, and it happened last weekend as well. They lost their last weekend as well. They are playing against an Auxerre side who have been amazing. They are on a amazing run. They are 7th in the league. Nobody would have thought that they would have been 7th. Like, they had a really good squad. I said that they were not gonna get relegated. I said they were gonna be safe, but the way that they are playing, I mean, they are undefeated in their last 5 games. 4 of them have been win. They are on a 3-game 3-game winning streak coming into this game, and I think it will be a very great good game of football. It will be very tight, but I think unfortunately for Toulouse, it is going to be Auxerre who are gonna continue with their winning streak. The confidence that Auxerre they have at the moment, like the fighting spirit and everything that it is going on at that club, I think that is gonna pull through in this game against Toulouse, and I think they are gonna get the win. It will be close, but I think Auxerre in the end are gonna nick it. I'm going for a 2-1 win for the away side. The next game is Lyon versus Nice. It is 6th versus 5th. Just a point difference between these 2 teams. It is going to be a very tight game. Lyon last weekend, they were above Nice, but they ended up drawing last weekend, so they dropped down, and Nice took their passed them over. And this weekend, it is both of them are playing against each other. I think it will be a very interesting and very tight game. As I said, both in the teams, in that top 6, top 7, basically none of the teams really want to drop any points, because how tight the league is going, whether you are at the top of the table or bottom of the table. But both of these teams, they know the teams around them, they can they are going to get the wins, and they cannot afford to drop points. It's a very bad time to play each other in Liga at the moment, so especially when you are in a tough battle at the moment. I think it will be a very close game, very tough game, and I think we are going to see a lot of goals in this game, but I just don't think we are going to see, I mean, I think it is going to end up in a draw. I'm going for a 2-all draw between Nice and Lyon. The fact that both of them are undefeated in their last 5 games as well, that plays into my prediction as well, and I think they are going to remain undefeated, but the game is going to end up in a draw. The next game is Ligue versus Angers. It is a 17th versus a 15th. Now Ligue, they are a team who have not drawn a single game this season. They have won 4 and they have lost 8. They are on 4 points, and they went almost on a 6-game losing streak. But their last 3 games, 2 of them have been wins. They won last weekend as well, so they are coming in this game with a little bit of momentum. They are playing against an Angers side who had a mini great run in the month of October, just before the international break, where they defeated Monaco as well, and they defeated another team as well. That got them the points that they needed. They are on 10 points. They are just a couple of 2 points behind Ligue. It's not like there's a big gap between them. It's a big game between both of these teams. But the thing is, Angers, their last 2 games have been defeated. They lost before the international break. They lost last weekend as well. I think it will be a very tough game. I think it will be a very interesting game to watch as well. And I think this could be one of those games where it it could go anywhere, but just the thing, because Ligue are at home, and I think they have a much more experience as compared to Angers. That is the only reason why I'm going to side with them. But it could go either way. I just this it could be one of those games where Ligue will finally draw a game this season. But just because they have not till now, I'm not going to sit on the fence. I'm gonna give it to them, and it will be a very close game. But I think Ligue are gonna win it in that. I'm going for a 3-2 win for Ligue. And the last game of the weekend in on match day 13 in Liga is a big one. It is Marseille versus Monaco. It is third versus a second. I mean, what a big game this is going to be. Both of them were basically on a tied on points with PSG, but both of them have sort of fell down. And I think the biggest the happiest team out of this when this game is going to be played, it is going to be PSG, because they know one of their opponents is gonna draw points no matter what. So I think they are going to be really happy. I think it'll be a very close game, very interesting game. But I think it is going to be the home side that are going to win it. They both of them have not been in a really good form as well. I'll be very honest with you. Like, they've just won twice in their last 5 games, both of them. Monaco, they lost in the Champions League as well. I mean, that performance, they were 2-0 up, and then they somehow go ahead and they lose that game as well. So that is going to be playing in their mind as well. And I think they are going away to Marseille as well. Marseille know this is a big game for them. They have to win. They cannot afford to drop any more points. They are already 9 points behind PSG. Monaco are 6 points behind PSG. It's going to be a very tough game. But I think Marseille are going to edge it in the end. Deserbi knows this is a big game, and I think he's going to make sure that his players are really up for it. And unfortunately for Monaco, I think they are going to lose, and they are going to get away further from PSG as well. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Marseille. And with that, my predictions for match day 13 in a league are completed. As I said just before I started the prediction, there are going to be a lot of interesting games. Marseille playing Monaco, then there are other games as well. So we are going to see quite interesting games and quite interesting results. We'll see how many of my predictions are correct. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comment section below, and do you agree with them or not, and make your predictions as well in the comment section. We'll see whose predictions are correct, mine or yours. That's it from me in this video. Let me know what like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and please subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of this year, so please go ahead and subscribe to it and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.